Going on, guys? Welcome. Rabid is back, and we are again checking out the NVIDIA CMP 100 210 GPU. You guys are up in the air if you guys think this card is worth it or not, so we're trying out some more algorithms here, and in this video, we're going to be checking out Autolykos 2.0, whatever the heck that is. I don't know how to pronounce it, but if you're unsure about it, that is ERGO as well as BlocX. So as we know, this has HBM2 memory, and it's pretty much purposely built to be dominant on memory intensive algorithms, and this algorithm we're testing today is a memory intensive algorithm. So let's take a look at some hash rates and see how well this card performs. All right, so let's take a look at the results, and if you missed our previous video and when we were testing this out on a Leo, be sure to go and check that one out. So coming into the CMP 110 210 here, this is for ERGO and BlocX here. So here are the different settings I use: 1260, 300 offset, 300 memory, 1200, 300 offset, 300 memory, 1470 core, 300 offset and 300 memory, 1110 core, 300 offset, 300 memory, and then 1110 core, 300 offset and 0 memory. And one thing was very interesting when it does come to the memory, and here's some of my findings while I was testing. All right, so one thing I want to point out here, there's a command that I did get. Thank you to Pirate for sending this to me, but you can see your memory clocks. And it looks like if you lock your memory at 5001 or anything, the maximum it goes is only 810. Now, it does look like you can get a bit more memory if you run it to like 300 or something. So I'm going to remove this locked memory here, go to 300, apply that. And now coming back into this, we can see that our memory will go up a little bit once it applies those settings. So we're just going to wait for a second here. Now it actually looks like it's not going to do it, but up here, okay, there you go, it's coming in now. It just takes a little bit longer than I thought, but you can see now we're at 958 on the memory. So that's pretty much maxed out as far as I can go. So I'm going to try and tweak it and see exactly what the number is for that. All right, so I played around with a whole bunch of things between crashing and everything. So it looks like the highest you can go on the memory offset is in fact 958 here, and that is 300. So just come into here, 300 on the memory does equal that 958. 280 was like 943 or something like that. So the max to put this at is 300. So once you set it there, you're at the maximum speed of this memory. So now that we got the memory numbers out of the way, and there isn't really much room there for play when it does come to that memory, but here we do see our results. So coming in, we can see with the 1260, 300 offset, 300 memory, we were about 208 mega hash at 148 watts at the wall. That did come out to be an efficiency of 1.4 mega hash per watt of power used. Now keep in mind, this power and stuff is with no fan at the wall, so you are going to have to add in whatever type of fans you're going to be utilizing to cool this. In my case, I do have this thing cranked up, and it does use 10 watts when cranked up. That's just kind of how I baseline my system, so I do know how much power that did take to withdraw that from the GPU power source there. So that's kind of how I came to this numbers here. I got my full system, figured out the numbers, subtracted my full system with no GPU, and I came out to this. So coming into the next setting here, we do have 1200 core, 300 offset, 300 memory, 208 mega hash again with a little less on the core. We did save a bit of power at 144.3 watts. That works out to be a bit better in efficiency there at 1.44 mega hash per watt there. And then for our least efficient setting, this was 1470 on the core, 300 offset, 300 on the memory, 206 mega hash is what we got, 165.3 watts. That was only 1.24 mega hash per watt of power used. And our most efficient setting here, we can see 1110 core with a 300 offset and 300 memory. We did get 202 mega hash at only 136.3 watts. That did work out to be about 1.48 mega hash per watt. Now, obviously, the efficiency isn't huge in terms of numbers, so obviously run it the way you want, but we can see based on the amount of power being used, it did vary by a decent amount here. But again, you know, it depends if this mega hash and hash rates here are up to your par, if you want to run 208 or only 202. And then coming in, trying 0 memory at 1110 core, 300 offset, we did get only 157 mega hash. So that little bit of memory boost there definitely did do a decent amount when it came to our hash rates. And our power was 120.3 watts, but that in fact was actually just better efficiency over the 1470 core, but at 1.3 mega hash per watt. So now let's have a look at some profitability. These numbers are based on 12 cents per kilowatt hour. So 202 mega hash at 136 watts. This is our most efficient setting that I did have in green there. So before any type of power cost, you would be making about 25 cents a day according to hashrate.no. And after power, you're actually negative 15 cents. So it's not looking too good on Ergo at the current times for profitability. Coming into BlocX, you'll be making about 33 cents before any type of power cost, but after power, you are negative 6 cents. So it does look negative on both of those coins there. So currently it's still looking like a Leo is the better coin to be mining on this GPU. It was sitting around 40 cents before power. So keep that in mind here. But pretty soon a Leo will be gone and there's over 1 million GPUs that's going to be looking for another home. All right, guys, so that pretty much does wrap up this video. This card is not looking too hot currently on Ergo or BlocX, so that's some sad times there. If you are in the market and trying to find these, I will have a link down in the description to respec, but you do have to trade in your gaming GPUs. A lot of you guys don't really want to do that. You will obviously get a lot more money if you just try to sell them yourselves, but you can swap it into them. Use them as a third party if you're really desperately looking for these GPUs, because they are very hard to come by and there's not much stock left available. But personally, I don't think they're that great for all the hype they've been currently getting. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I still got a lot more testing I want to do, like Kapow obviously for Ravencoin, Chlor and all that good stuff, Fish Hash, Zealous and all that. So let me know the next coin I should try and what you guys think about this card. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.